Ahoy mates, I'm Zolonius. Welcome to my dom. Today, a bit late, we are playing the test Hypothesis Rising, which is the next installment of that weird questioning game that we did beforehand. So, I think all of my relatives are currently awake, so I can be as loud as I want to be. Now, in the previous game, I said some really stupid things that I'm not going to go back on, but I'm definitely censoring it. The VOD is definitely going to be taken down soon-ish. The moment I'm not actually capturing my display, because by the fucking by, game capture doesn't work on this game. Window capture doesn't work on this game, even though in the previous game it worked. I need to fucking do display capture, as you could, well, you are not going to be able to see because I'm going to cut the recording afterwards. And also possibly deleting the mod. Because as much as I love having multiple outlets for my content, I don't really want shit to be seen that is not meant to be seen, nor heard for that matter. Anywho, so for those guys who don't know what this game is, and nor do I do, it's kind of a psychology test thingamajig. It's trying to be spooky, very much failing at it. But yeah. Supposedly this is going to work off of the previous game's thingamajigs, but let's see for ourselves. Before the Before experiencing the test Hypothesis Rising, I recommend that you play this prequel, the test, first before venturing into this experience. You will stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you play the test first, and this examination will also make a bit more sense as it carries on from where the last experimentation left off. I would like to urge you to go and play the test, aka pay us money, buy our game. Now, before venturing forward and follow the instructions listed through the game, as you will certainly get a bigger benefit overall by taking the tests in the order they were meant to be taken in. Buy our games. Would you like to close this game now so you have the opportunity to play the test first? You will now get a chance to exit the game until the experience is over if you choose to continue now. You will not get a chance to exit the game until the experience is over if you choose to continue now. I cannot close this application any fucking way because I am display capturing and I don't want you to see my porn. I already played the test. It's not even an option that I don't give a fuck. Wonderful news. We can continue. Oh, it's a different one now. It's also fucking my ears. So much so that I'm actually willing to just... Oh wait, I can do it like so. I will definitely need to deal with this in post, lowering the game volume. But otherwise, for myself, I can make this a little bit more comfortable without exiting the game, that is. Also, I see that you have improved your lab a bit. It wasn't this bloody beforehand. Anyway, hello and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you here today. Please excuse the mess. I haven't had a chance to clean up yet. No, I don't want to take up too much of your time with blibber blabber. A nonsensical speak, so I just get to straight to the point. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life stuff questions. This font is shit. There is one question in particular I'd like for you to ask yourself. Are you happy? Eh, I could be happier, but I'm okay. And not the I'm okay as in, generic man talk, as in I'm actually feeling good. Since I stopped working in the fucking factory, my mental health and even though I'm kind of jobless and I'm not really able to deal with stuff around me as such. But yeah, I'm way more happier than before, and I would consider myself happy, I guess. And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. I want to help you. Oh, they always say this. Afterwards, they try to shove a very subject up my ass. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow inside and out. Ooh. Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Question. Because I did it. I asked it. Not you. Me. You. The character. Us. Good question, allow me to explain. I am going to ask you a series of questions and you are going to answer them with 100% entire honesty. Yes, yes. And when I say 100% honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Yeah, don't explain it, just say the same thing with different tones. You know, like when you are talking to deaf people. I think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. But technically, if I'm lying now, I'm lying to my audience that possibly doesn't exist and I cannot check today because, well, stuff. What I could do is have Streamlabs open as well, but yeah, that's hindsight. I should have opened Streamlabs to have at least chat up, but I'm just going to assume that nobody is chatting like usual. And if you do, sorry, I'm not going to see you. Because if I do, I'm going to show my porn to you, which I don't want. Okay. The only person who will suffer from this is you. Yes, you are going to suffer because I'm going to put your balls into this device that caches them. And believe me, you will suffer. Not to mention the fact that whether you tell the truth or not, I know. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We wasted enough time explaining that's what we are going to be doing. Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to give the answers that we will feel. Uh, we all want to give the answers that we feel land the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes good people do bad things, and sometimes we don't always have the desirable traits as humans. I cannot express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, because if that doesn't happen, geopolitical thing is going to happen to your country as well. These questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth might make you. Now, it's time to get into the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read questions and scenarios during this process, I want you to create your own circumstances and build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. If you never experienced the scenarios being asked of you, then simply imagine that you have and try somehow you might feel in the situation. I'd like to invite you to I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water, sit back and relax. Fuck you. As you unfolded your fate and the secret overcoming the next hurdle of your life. Okay, I have the water. It's not a glass of water. It's a bottle, actually. Water check. By the way, this is the same bottle as the previous game. And before you bitch about how little I drink, I kinda just cap like 3 hours ago or something. And it was almost half full at the time we were doing the first recording, if I remember correctly. I might not, though. Anyway, we are going to start with some basic, easy questions. I'm also going to do the thing. Previously, they actually, if I'm going to do the thing, I will going to do the thing properly this time. They had this stupid shtick of making what's this? This one I shouldn't write on. There is a paper that I can write on without. Oh, this one is going to be good. I made a city map. It looks trash. Anywho, so what I'm going to do is record the first and last letters of every question asked. If you answer these questions twice, your advice. If you answer these questions twice, your advice might change. It's not just about answering the question, it's about many different variables. Like me remembering what the fuck I was saying beforehand because it fucking changes. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer the proposed questions. Yes, I know. With that being said, it's far more important to actually take your time and think about how honest of an answer you are giving before you give it. But whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see that what I mean soon enough. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? How should I do this? Well, I have more space downwards than forwards, so I'm going to do it like now. Do you feel uncomfortable now? Well, I'm going to adjust the thing, the noise. Now it's a slight hum, it's not irritating, it's not uncomfortable, I would like it not to be there, but it's not doing enough damage. Now that my posture is semi-straight, I don't think I feel uncomfortable. No. Are you nervous? Definitely not. Fuck. Do you feel cold? In my leg, technically, yes. Do you feel sad? No. Have you ever hurt somebody because you were hurting even though they didn't deserve it? H. T. Ow. And technically, yes. You know, when your friends are trying to console you and you are lashing out because you are hurting and because of that they get hurt, that happens. Happened a lot, especially during high school days when I got my injury and, you know, I was feeling down because literally my dream of becoming a soldier just whoosh out of the window. So yes, it happened. Do you crave acceptance by others? D. S. Crave is a strong word. I would like it, but I can live without it. And I guess craving is something that you cannot live without, or at least you think you cannot live without. So I don't think I have the crave. Have you ever lost a loved one? H. And E. I might have missed the previous one. Yes, I lost quite a lot of my family. Do you know what heartbreak feels like? D. E. And because of that, yes. Do you believe in demons? Yes. No. Hmm. Do you believe in curses? Yes. No. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? W? L. No. Are you afraid of dying alone? A. E. Yes, I'm kind of afraid of dying in general, alone especially. But okay, not especially, but it would be a thing on top of dying. So yeah. If there was a undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your home? E? Sorry, I and E. It doesn't really making sense now. Undeniable proof that a ghost was hunting you? Well, I would like to have that undeniable proof, but to be perfectly honest, I would possibly live in my home still. I mean, a ghost is haunting me, the best thing I can do is just fucking trying to document it or something. I mean, if it gets bad, I might leave. But if I don't have like a life or death situation, I'm possibly going to stay at home. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without being touched? Mysteriously? No. Also, H, D. No. Do you believe that it's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces into your life without you knowing it? D, T. No, I don't believe so. Would you like to make more friends? B, S. Yes, more friends, good. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? B, F. I don't remember the previous one, not gonna lie. I remember that with some people I'm semi-bad friends with, like the one that I'm constantly critiquing for shit. Whilst with the others I'm a good friends with. So I don't know. I guess this is like people have their preferences even with their friends. Some friends you treat better than the others. That's just how it is. That's why you have best friends, for example. So does that make me a bad friend if I bad with some of my friends? I don't think so. Am I a good friend though? Is there just friend without any things with good and bad? Like, what is the thing that makes you a good friend and what is the thing that makes you a bad friend? Are they mutually exclusive? Can you live without either or? Very good question indeed. I think I'm going to answer yes too. There are outliers whom I'm not the best friends with, but with the others I'm trying to be at least positive. Do you feel lonely? Oh, I forgot to do the previous thing. D L. Not gonna lie, a little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm with my family, at least what is left of it, in the same house, but we don't really talk too much. Right. Yesterday I talked with my mom about a geopolitical thing happening at place. But that's kinda it. I rarely talk to my brother. Same with my grandmother, though. Actually, I talk significantly more with my grandmother than with my brother. be perfectly honest, I don't think we had a proper conversation with my brother since last year. Does that make me lonely? Do I want something? Like, I would like to have somebody in the fucking room with me, for example. Preferably somebody of a feminine constitution and same age and no familial bonds, right on the bed of me. Inviting. But I don't think that constitutes as loneliness, that's more just a wanting of companionship. So no, I wouldn't consider myself lonely. Did I lie? The previous question though, because I remember answering this and I might have answered differently. Well, you are going to see my daylight personality now, and my previous answers were nighttime personality. Things changed, but currently I don't feel lonely. Talk to me. Do you make friends easily? No. Do you tend to avoid drama where possible? Uh, Depends what you consider as drama conflict, because I am kind of conflicted person. Because tending to, yes, I do tend to not try get into fucking fights, but sometimes I'll just give in. So yes, if tending to is, you know, going in a separate, in a specific direction usually, and it includes that it might have outlier cases. So yes, I think I tend to try to avoid drama. Have you ever had a near-death experience? H, which is a 4 currently. E. Yes, I had a few. My first, I think, was when I almost fall into the drain, not the drainage, uh, the septic hole, I guess. It was a village. We had our shit go into a, not a tank, a hole in the ground with concrete walls, so you know it doesn't fucking seep into the ground. And it was occasionally taken by the septic tank guys, you know, the ones that drive the big trucks with the big tanks on it, which is full of shit. Sometimes we do the dump and released it in the back, which was very stinky and also not good for our crops. But we had to do it because what is going to happen otherwise? Well, it's going to overflow and same shit, different day. I think we try to neutralize it with lye, you know, the white powder. I don't know if it actually affected it though. Anyway, so first, when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I supposed to fall down and the dog of ours held me up and was making sad dog noises so my parents can see that shit happened. At that I don't really remember, so I don't know if it counts as a near-death experience, but supposedly that happened. But I do know that happened because I remember it perfectly. Is second year of school, grade school. It was near Christmas. Rain has happened, and because it was December, the not the roads, but how do you call the pedestrian walkways? Pedestrian walkways. So the pedestrian walkways obviously didn't get cared for because why? That's stupid. Uh, they had this sheet of ice on them, very slippery ice. So when I was going with my... No, that way. Actually, no, I was always... I always had my bicycle this way. Anyway, so I was going from school to home, not at night, but late afternoon when the sky was getting down really fast. I think it was 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., something like that. I was getting home from school. I think we either had after school activities, or I wasn't detained. Detaining happened in the what's the name, during summer. That time we just did after school stuff. So I was going home. I don't know. No. I didn't have my friend with me. We said our goodbyes and he went that away because he lived in a different street. So I was going that away, and the pedestrian walkway had a ramp to the road, which had the car traffic and shit. So people with bikes can go up or down the pedestrian walkway to the road. This obviously also had the thin ice. So, as you can probably tell now, I went over this very thin ice very carefully. I didn't want to fall, I fell. Right in front of the road. I saw a big ass fucking truck, which was probably not that big because I was just little, coming towards me, doing the burn thing. And weirdly enough, I didn't have this bullshit of having your life go in front of you like a movie or some shit. No, my fucking flight or fight instinct kicked in. I decided to flight in the fucking instance and try to scramble up the frozen ramp, which didn't happen. I went back to the road, which also had a little bit of overspill from the ice. So next thing I did, before the fucking truck hit me, throw my fucking bicycle into the ditch, which was full of icy water. Then, after my fucking bike broke it at least somewhat, I threw myself at it. Literally, by just a meter or so, I not survived. I avoided getting hit by a fucking truck, which didn't fucking stop. It did the boop. It didn't stop. It didn't slow. It just went on its merry way after I threw myself into the fucking freezing cold water ditch. After that, I scrambled home. Totally wet. All my clothes were wet, of course. It was winter. Snow has fallen, ice was all over the place. It was getting really fucking cold afterwards. And guess what? I still went to school afterwards, the next day, because I didn't fucking catch a cold. I don't know how, especially nowadays, because I get the stuffy nose all the fucking time. And I don't know why. But back then, I could get a fucking dip in the ice cold water ditch, go home, which was, by the way, I think a kilometer or 2 kilometers at least, on foot, as a child, and didn't get any thingamajig. But yeah, that was a very near-death experience. My heart rate was up here. I thought I'm going to fucking die if I don't do something, so I did something. Anyway, story time over. Yes, I had a near-death experience. Do you like horror movies? Yes. Not really. This is all very interesting. Which is T and G, by the way. Have you played the test? Yes. O, H, and T. Yes, I did. That's the spirit. And I'm out of fucking place already, so next column. Have you played the Horoscope? H E. Nope. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased or anything. Do you watch porn? The end. Of course I do. Would you consider yourself to be a hard worker? The are. When I need to work hard, I work hard. If I don't need to work hard, I'm not going to work hard. And in the factory, I had to work hard for a fucking long time, so. But now I kinda laze about things. Like I should be making art. Either every day or at least every second day, but I don't. I should be working on my TTRPG system. I should be making civilizations for my strategy system. Strategy game system, which is also forum based. But I'm not doing anything of this. Well, I would say because of the excuse of a war going on, but I'm not gonna lie, it is actually affecting me hard. I also not doing the things, the workouts. Once again, because I just cannot really bring myself to do these normal things when, you know, shit is happening. And I'm only doing these streams to get my fucking mind away from it. So I shouldn't be fucking talking about it. But I think I consider myself a hard worker because, you know, once again, if I need to work hard, I will fucking work hard. And I'm also going to bitch about other people not working as hard as me. Do you have a low opinion of yourself? The F. No, not really. I think I'm a bloke. I'm not normal, definitely, but I don't have a low opinion of myself. There are way more people that are under me. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person? V N. Define confidence. I like my preliminary knowledge, if you know what I mean. Or do you mean confidence as, you know, when you are asked, you can say a definite answer immediately? Because in that case, I'm not confident. Yeah, you know what? Low confidence. Which is usually something indicated by not being able to do answers, not knowing what to do. Is that low confidence? I'm going for no with this one. Would you help an old lady close to saving if you were running late for an appointment? B? D? I think yes. I mean, fuck appointments in general. Okay, it depends on the appointment. But most of the time I would. Especially if she's asking for it, that's my thing. If somebody is asking for help, I usually do. So I'm going to say yes. Would you kill all of your neighbors' pets just to save one of your own? B. N. Uh, I would kill my neighbors to save my pets, which I don't have actually. As a non-pet owner nowadays, I don't know, because back in the day when I had pets, I was also emotionally more unstable. Because, you know, teenager. But nowadays that I don't have, I don't know if I would bring myself to that. I think I'm going to say no on this one. What I would do is try to protect it myself. But I don't know the situation. Maybe a situation is like they are holding the neighboring puppies hostage and also my puppy, and they are putting a gun to my puppy's head and saying, kill these puppies with this knob. And they gave me a knob. In that position, I would probably say, okay, you just gave me a knob, and try to knob the guy. So I think I'm going with no with this one. I'm very stubborn. Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow to see if you could actually suffocate yourself? H, F. That's a very specific question, and I need to answer no on that one, because I don't think I did that just to see if I can suffocate myself. I'm not going to lie though. I did smother myself with pillows, but not to see if I can suffocate myself, but because when you are trying to suffocate yourself, you get this weird high feeling, and when I was in between a little kid and a teenager, I kinda did that for fun. But to see if I could suffocate myself, no. Have you ever been caught dancing when you thought no one was watching? H, G. Have I did that? I usually pay a lot of attention to my surroundings, so I don't think that might have happened. I'm trying to remember all the times I danced in public. Oh, there was a time when I was dancing in the room because I was listening to nice music and I was a kid, and my father walked into the room, and I didn't notice him immediately because music in the ears. I guess that one counts. Have you ever tried to urinize back so far to see if they'd really get stuck? No, actually, I did that because I looked weird when I did that on photos and stuff. But when my father and mother told me that if I do it too much times, they get stuck, I kinda shut myself because I was a kid. So I actually stopped. Anyway, H, K. Did I forget the previous ones? Have you ever played a practical joke that I regret playing on someone? No, I don't think so. I usually don't do stuff that I regret afterwards unless I did a mistake. And jokes I usually don't fuck up. Especially because I don't do them too much with other people. No, I don't regret that. I remember scamming somebody in a MMORPG. Basically, there was this silver box that you can open with the silver key. Guy had a silver key, I had a fact of silver boxes but no key, and the keys were lower drop rate, so they were higher value. But I didn't want to do that. So, what I did, I tell the guy that I know a cheat to duplicate. I guess the other guy was fucking 8 years old or something, because when he asked me to show it, I literally just put two of my boxes out. The pop-up. Was it a pop-up? No, I think I did it a different ways. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. So, I typed in the chat hash, not hash, this one, the pair, duplicate, then dropped 2 of my boxes out in a very quick fashion. So it was like one of them was falling and the other one was coming out of it. The guy fucking bought it. And to flesh the lie out even more, I give him one of the boxes, telling that we are going to duplicate it. And he fucking did it. He typed the duplicate in, throw the fucking thing out. I throw my thing out immediately, and he fucking bought it, even though I just showed him that I have 2 fucking boxes. If I give him one, I still have the other. And he thought that the item was actually duplicated and took both of them. Still, I was at a greater advantage on this because 2 boxes was nowhere even close to the price of one key, and he gave me the key afterwards. Then I saw the guy, when I was leaving the town, trying to duplicate his weapons. Guess what didn't happen? But yeah, I didn't even fucking regret it even today, knowing that it was probably a kid that I just scammed when I was a teenager, so not that big of a difference. Because it felt me good, and they were stupid and probably at least learned from it. So no, I don't think I did the regretting thing. Are you streaming live right now? A. W. Yes, I do. Well, hello there, audience. And also, if audience actually exists, hi, welcome to my den. We are playing this game. My ear is hurting because this stupid headset doesn't have the ear holes cut out properly. Are you recording this gameplay session right now? Considering that I'm streaming, yes, I also recording it. I could have chosen to not to, but my thing is going like so. Anywho. But since I actually want to do the thingamajig, the uploading right afterwards, I am actually in fact recording, so yes. If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me? I would ask for proof. I also wouldn't believe you because my current viewer count is 0. Oh no, my porn. If you've left a comment for me at any point in time, I read your words. Does that bother you? You. No, why would it bother me? If you've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I paid attention to what you've taken? Your words. Also, if you've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've taken the time to write? I wouldn't feel anything, I presume. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? Why are you suddenly sounding like a Yonder? Also, I don't understand. Nor do I understand how a fucking program or the creator of the program would appreciate me. I guess the creator of the program could appreciate me. But you are not the creator. Actually, you are the creator of the program because... Ta-da-da! You are kinda self-inserting right here. Let's go with yes. I really do. Are you afraid of snakes? No. Do you believe in magic? No. Have you cried in the last month? That's an HH. Last month. Oh my god. Last week I didn't, I remember that. This month is a good fucking question. My short-term memory sucks. But I think no. Do you have a hero? No. Do you typically learn from your mistakes? And this is the time I would say no, because last time I did say that, like, you know, getting into fights and shit. It really depends. Like, in the workplace, if I did mistakes, I never did them again. I still get chewed on because I did the mistake. But you know, in the workplace, there is no such thing as learning. You need to know everything from your little finger immediately. But I usually didn't do the same mistakes twice in a row. Needed a lot of time to actually pass for me to start doing it the same. So I think I typically learn from my mistakes. Typically. Very typically. Do you enjoy outdoor activities? Enjoy. I don't prefer them over indoor activities, but I do enjoy some outdoor activities, like, you know, doing HEMA, I guess. I like archery, I like fighting with various shapes of polyfoam dildos, representing axes, maces, stuff like that. No, not LARPing, by the way, actual HEMA. We are trying to do the thing that our ancestors did, and I'm not just playing a fucking character or stuff like that. Though I'm not really against LARPing, because I do TTRPGs, which is just LARPing without the LA part, you know, live action. But yeah, I of course enjoy outdoor activity. Would you consider yourself to be evasive? We, I, yeah, yeah. Is hard worker opposite to lazy? Because I can be lazy sometimes. I can be a hard worker sometimes, depends. So no, I don't think I would consider myself lazy necessarily. Because if I put my mind to something, and I quite often do, I do the thing. Like, you know, making a fucking TTRPG system because I just wanted to. I usually work on that until I'm finished. So, no, I don't personally consider myself lazy. Do you sometimes find it difficult to stay motivated? That, yes. Also, DD. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? Depends. I usually do. Like, I make a calculation up here. Is my convenience or other thing that I'm sacrificing is equal or lower than the thing that I would do for the other person? Because if it's like so, I usually do consider their needs over mine. Sometimes. Other times I find a hobo on the street asking for money and I'm not going to give it to him. Because I have these things against hobos. Like, I know that a lot of people go there because, you know, they cannot have things over their life. It is indeed a thing that you cannot, you don't have full control over your life, or even just enough control over your life to define if you are going to end up as a hobo or not. Because even if they go and take a job, that job not might even pay enough for themselves to have a home and food for their loved ones and medicine and all the other crap that has come down to our country because capitalism. Because fuck communism, it's a very bad thing. Yeah. Having a fucking working hospital system is so bad. Not having to pay for our goddamn prescriptions, so fucking bad. What else was... Oh, having a fucking opportunity to just leave your job and go to the next one on the same fucking day. So bad. Yeah. I'm going off topic right now. So yeah, I would consider... There are times when I don't, but usually I do. Would your family and friends describe you as kind? No, they wouldn't. Also W and D. I don't think they would. Have you ever cheated in a relationship? I wasn't in a proper relationship. Mind you. My relationships ended in a adventure in bed. And usually started with an adventure in bed. And there wasn't many. So I didn't really have the opportunity to cheat on people. Have you ever been cheated in a relationship? HP, just like beforehand, and no. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? WL. Yes. I do indeed criticize a lot of things. I see. And I'm out of the column once again. Are you a hero to someone else? I don't think so. Do you love animals? Love is a strong word. I like them. Like, I don't find myself trying to fondle cats because I find them sexually attractive, like a certain folk that needs to be died by fire. And I think love is something very deep. So you shouldn't just say, I love this, I love that. Because I don't know, I love this kind of food. No, you like it. You don't want to make sex with that pasta. Trust me, it's bad. So no, I wouldn't say I love them. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder and wanted to hit them with a super like just to make shit real awkward? H and D. No, we don't have Tinder in Hungary, and if we do, I don't have fucking heard about it. Nor any of my family members know about the existence of Tinder or any other dating apps for that matter. And no, that other one would just be my goddamn brother because my mother doesn't know shit about electronics and informatic in general. My grandmother is literally a technophobe. My aunt, I think she still lives with a jury ringing cunt. But I don't think she actually knows about information information technology like that. So I don't even have the chance for that. Yeah, me neither. Do you enjoy drinking alcohol? See? No, it hurts my throat. Are you intoxicated right now? A. W. No. I'm only drinking water. I'm totally recording his stuff. Do you like the phrase sneaky snake? Ah. No, I just heard it right now and I would use it later, but I don't say I would like it. Sneaky snake. Sneaky snake. Sneaky 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 snake. Never mind, I like it. Are these questions a bit strange to you? No, not really. Do you have a vivid imagination? D N. Yeah, I think I am hyper. I have hyper fantasia. Don't know because actual psychiatrists and the people who could determine it cost money and I don't have it. So it's more like a self identification, which I don't really like because that's a whole can of worms. Like not even proper psychiatrics can make judgment on you because psychology is not in that state right now. Like the definition of autism is changing like yearly because of new stuff and also because of stupid Americans are fucking over it. Anyway, I would not say that psychology is in infancy, but it's definitely learning how to fucking walk right now. So not even proper psychiatrists can make a judgment on you. And because of that, I don't think I'm not just not qualified, but not even close to even knowing what the fuck is going on in my head. So I'm saying that I think I have hyper fantasy because I can in fact imagine most things, not just visually, but audio wise, smell wise, taste wise, feeling wise, you know, pain as I mentioned before. And I usually have dreams, very vivid ones, and most times I even conscious in them. I don't know if those are making you qualified for hyper fantasia. I think they do. But if somebody is watching this and has a fucking qualifications and also time and the notion to make an actual free check, call me. I don't have the money to pay you, but I have the time. Anyway, so yeah, I did check that, and yes, I do. Do you feel uncomfortable in large social settings? Yes. Also, I just noticed the fucking head of this character is off. Yeah. Continuing his jawline, his eye should be here and the other one here. And this is his nose line, so yeah, his other eye is very off. I just noticed that. Also, do you feel uncomfortable with large social settings? Lately, I went to the fall Mondocon and I had to fucking leave because I was feeling unwell in the thing around the people, so... Oh. Fuck! No, no. Would you consider to be an antisocial? I fucked up, sorry, previous question. No, I don't consider myself to be an antisocial because I do find social interactions desirable. Do you hold a grudge for long periods of times? E. Well, one happened like 2 years ago and I'm still holding on to it and yeah. It's about the thing I'm going to censor in the previous video. And I consider 2 years as a fucking long time, so yes. Have you ever urinated in public? H. C. As a kid, yes. I lived in a village. It was quite a usual sight to see like 5 to 6 year old kids relieving themselves on lampposts. And I was once that kid. What is funnier though, that my brother actually shit in public. And not near a fucking lamppost, but on the fucking walkway. The civilian, not the civilian walkway, on the pedestrian walkway. And the grandmother, of sorts, a babushka if you will, though we are Hungarian so we don't call them that, walked into it, and while she was walking she was very slow, very calculated, very grandma-like. Then when her head, that would be weird and unusual, when her leg made contact with the warm fecal matter of my brother's expungent, she literally jumped, started to kick away with her feet, throwing away her walking grid, I guess, and was like Bruce Leeing with her leg to get the shit over with. Anyway, so that's a yes. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? I don't like pizza in general. It has a lot of things on it. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? W H. Yeah, I think so. I am human, after all. Do you think you got a big ego? Ego, not so much. I can consider myself somewhat above other people, but I also know a fact of people who are above me, and I respect them. So I don't think I have a big ego. I have a healthy ego, a slightly fat ego, but not a big one. Would you also consider yourself kinky? B. I. Also, yes. Have you ever masturbated into a fishbowl? Why would I do that? Oh. Well then, you can be that kinky. In a fishbowl, that's very specific, but if I haven't had a fish beforehand. Also, actually, we had fish beforehand. We had a proper tank for them, not a bowl. So I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Done. No kinky. Would you consider yourself to be religious? W. S. No. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? W. L. Yes. If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it, would you do it? I. T. Yes. I have a very strong self-preservation instinct. Interesting. Though I would say it's more healthy self-preservation instinct. And most of the times I would actually. They need to be like a very close family member that I actually outrank me. Outrank. Like my children. My spouse. Preferably with my children. In that way, yeah, I would definitely sacrifice myself for them. If they are not, like just randos or even my friends, even my best friend, I would say that if it comes to that, I would preserve myself over them. Yeah, stone me. I'm just not going to lie. That probably would be the case. Probably. If I have to choose like this. The problem is, in real life, you usually don't choose. You usually do decisions like if it's a natural catastrophe, like hurricane. Guy is getting grabbed on. If I stop and try to grab him, I could possibly, you know, get grabbed by the hurricane myself. Would I be smart enough to make the decision to fucking leave them? Of course not. In the heat of the moment, I would try to have them. I would also try to fucking save myself as well, so... Quite a stupid question if you ask me. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? B. R. Definitely no. Even more interesting. What are my... That's not what he said. Anyway. Have you ever been inside of a burning building? H. G. No. Have you ever been to a funeral? Multiples. Sadly, most of them were my family members. If you could enter into your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? Sure. Oh. Why not? If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? K. Yes. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? O. Yes, I would do very, very hilarious and also dark stuff. If I could stop time. I would possibly consider stopping time entirely. Just to have a, you know, sandbox of the world. So yeah. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? Yes, on a very specific person. If I told you that I understand you better than you understand yourself, would you believe me? I'm out of columns. No. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response to be react in violence? I.e. Yes. I would possibly not even hear what the fuck are they saying. If violence is happening, I resort to violence myself. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologize to you? Just for an apology? No! Fuck no. They need to give my money back and also stop fucking using drugs. If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you comfort them about it directly? Epsilon. Immediately, in fact. Actually, to be honest, depends. Like, my brother constantly talks shit about me, I think. I sometimes hear it. Okay, I don't know if it's constantly, but he does occasionally. And I don't confront him about it because I do the same. If it's my aunt though, if she fucking badmouths me, you can believe that I will immediately take action against her. So yes, her I would confront. But most of the other people I wouldn't. I guess no. If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? I ate cockroaches once. They taste trash. The stupid Asian people who do it as a delicacy are stupid. Yes, I would. I did worse. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remembered who you were, would you choose to live and start a new life? No, I would call them stupid and tell my story. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing and utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? To die? Bitch, rain seer can actually kill you. I say that whilst I actually did sometimes do that. Getting naked into the rain. To my defense, we had a pool that I wished to get into whilst it was raining. And thundering for the matter. I was a stupid kid. And I am also a stupid man now. But nah. Also ID. And no. Also, if they are clearly freezing, sick, and you know, are on the verge of death, I would possibly think that it's just putting me on the same page without helping them. If someone accidentally hit you in their car... If someone accidentally hit you in their car but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still upset with them? That actually happened. When I was 10-ish, still in the school that was in my village and not the other one that I transferred off to when shit hit the fan. I got indeed get hit by a car. I was on the street, I was cycling, I was paying attention to my front. Then I suddenly see a light coming towards me, and it was the neighbor getting out with their car. And because it was the village, they wasn't fucking paying attention to the back, because they know that their children was right in front of them. So obviously, who the fuck else would be on the road this fucking time of the day? Which was midday, which actually midday is a very low traffic day, because people are either on work or are getting away from the fucking sun. Anyway, he did hit me with his car. I went into the ditch. I got some bruises. I got some cuts. And nothing serious. He actually went the fuck out and helped me out of the ditch. So, you know, not on a complete asshat. And I don't feel anything about him. We went on our separate ways after the thing happened, and case closed. The bitch who fucking hit me and I suffer from the consequences. Bitch wasn't paying attention on the road, high traffic road. When I was getting out of the school bus, which had clearly indicated that it has fucking children coming out of it. And I went onto the road. There are no zebras, crosswalks, you know, the white lines, anywhere, because it's a fucking village. So what we do is look around and go. I looked around and go. Problem is, bitch was behind the fucking bus, and she was turning to, you know, get besides the bus and continue on the second lane. I was already on the second lane, because when I was looking around, she was still in the first, behind the fucking bus. And I got hit by her. I don't know how fast the car was going, but it fucked up my spine. I was in a hospital for 6 months. No, I was hospital in 2 months, and 4 more at home to that is 6 months total. So after that I was told I cannot do physical labor, after which I did physical labor in the fucking factory afterwards. Because vice the military, who said that I'm unfit for service, do actually check your physical capabilities before getting you on the training list. Actual companies, you know, the civilian companies that should be not killing you, don't. You have to tell them yourself that I have this problem, and they are the ones deciding that if you are going to do something else or you have to do the other job. And because I didn't really have any other jobs to go to besides these ones, I had to do their high physical labor for them. You know, like, having 25 to 30 kilograms of machinery transferred by fucking hand, because I didn't have the certificate to use cranes. Forklifts, sorry. Nor did they have enough fucking forklifts for that, nor was it even possible to get the fucking 30 kilograms machinery to the place that I had to. Because, well, it was very packed together. It was only accessible by foot, so I had to do it constantly throughout the day, sometimes for 12 hours straight. That bitch who just didn't wait for the fucking kids to clear from the school bus took my dreams away, took my potential away to do anything else, because afterwards we scrambled to get a proper education for me, which didn't happen because everybody was thinking that I'm just going to go to the military and have service there. So when this shit happened, I suddenly had to think about other options, and it didn't work out. I got a semi-accountant degree. Semi-accountant because I cannot do actual accounting, I just can help. Pénzügyi számviteli intéző in Hungarian. I almost got the proper accountant thing, but suddenly my family needed money immediately. And I need to went to work. And this was the only thing I could find. So yeah, all this suffering, all my potential went away because of that bitch. And when it comes to actual legal actions, the bitch who didn't pay attention to the fucking road and the school bus expelling its contents, you know, the children getting out who usually don't know about traffic, especially in the rural areas like when we were in. That bitch gets the blame shifted towards me, the fucking 13 to 14-year-old kid, because reasons. The reason being that she probably did sexual favors to the judges. So that bitch, I'm very fucking hatredful towards. I wouldn't do illegal stuff, but every legal stuff that I could do to hinder her, I would. I would also berate her like it's no tomorrow. But if I wouldn't suffer injuries whatsoever, I would not be upset with them. Have you looked for any hidden meanings or messages within these questions? H. S. Yes. You are a clever one. Are you wondering if there is a deeper meaning to all of these other than just simply answering questions after questions? Hey. And... yeah, sure. Miracles happen every day, do you agree? No. Umbrellas aren't worth lugging around and you don't mind getting rained on, do you agree? No, I constantly have an umbrella with myself. Red is a prettier color than pink, do you agree? R. E. No. Colors are colors. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? Describe this feeling. It's not an actual feeling, it's a state of mind, bitch. There's a very different differentiation between state of mind and feeling. A feeling is an actual fucking feeling, you know. Tightness in the chest, trembling legs, sweating, having your body warm up. These are feelings. State of mind is like feeling like a plastic bag blowing in the wind, which is not a feeling. I'm in the state of mind of a plastic bag blowing in the wind. I think I'm directionless. I think that I'm going with the flow. I think that I cannot do anything about the outside factors pushing me towards something. That would be a state of mind, not a feeling. So no, I cannot physically feel like that. Eating in front of people can be awkward. Do you agree? Depends on the circumstances. Like eating during a funeral, yeah, that is awkward. But when you work in a factory, you eat with other people. I usually like it when they are not around, but I don't feel awkward when they do. But to be perfectly honest, it can be awkward, as I said before. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gifts are so outdated. Do you agree? Well, back in the day it was bracelets, and back before that it was just telling that I fucking love you, whilst fucking the object of love in front of other people. So I don't really think outdated things are bad. Nor do I think that giving wedding rings are outdated. They are just the tradition. Did you realize that the first letter of the last 6 questions when combined spells the word murder? Yes, I do. D S. To fuck with me? I don't look into your fucking brain. So tell me. Doesn't that make you slightly uncomfortable? No, my position is making me slightly uncomfortable. Are you going to start paying close attention to what you may have got yourself into? No, I'm paying enough attention. Do you realize it's too late to turn back now? No, I don't. I'm here. Do you hear someone in your room? Yes, myself, maybe. But just to make sure. Yes. Yes, I'm hearing my grandmother. And nobody is still watching me in the stream. At least fucking give me a viewer. You fucking game. Have a goddamn bot made for that or something. I don't know, nor care. That would give me actual creeps. This doesn't. So in my room now. Do you see the shadows closing in? Of course not. Do you feel like you are being watched? No, actually, I have a 0 viewer count. Also, I don't feel like being watched at all. I don't feel people watching me. Did you look around your room from a month ago? Look around? No, I was checking the sounds. I'm out of fucking things. The... Oh. No, I was hearing around. Do you like long walks on the beach? No? To be honest, I haven't been to much beaches. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? I kinda do. When we were doing the gifting things in school, I kinda enjoyed it giving to the people. I didn't like the fucking thing when they asked you before the gift giving, who are going to give that? Who did you choose? Or not choose, who did you get your thing? Because we were doing names into a hat. Get a name. That's where you're going to give a present to. And people always ask, who the fuck did I got? And that made me insane. So yes, I think I like giving gifts to other people. Have you ever felt like giving up on life? Yes, I did. I actually think currently I kinda gave up to just, you know, try to fit in, I guess. I'm kinda doing my own thing now. I just, yeah. So indeed, I indeed have felt. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? Currently, my family consists of my brother, my aunt, my grandma, and my mother. My aunt, my brother, my mother, my grandma. There is also the boyfriend of my aunt, but I don't consider him as family until the fucker puts a goddamn ring on her hand. There is also my uncle, whom I don't see much, and there is also my other grandmother, who is kind of dying already. Nor do I see them much because they're still in the village and I'm in the city right now. My mother I would put over myself, that's a thing. Possibly my grandmother as well. My brother, my aunt, my uncle. No. There are equal amounts. So yes or no? Wait, love my family as I love. I don't love myself, to be perfectly honest. Also, once again, love, very strong word. Can you love your family? I think love is a more like a attraction thing, as in mate. So no, I wouldn't say that I love my fucking family. Do you have a best friend who is clearly better than the rest of your friends? D. S. If you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would say yes. My best friend, however, we haven't been talked too much lately. But I still have him in higher regards than everybody else, so yeah. Do you think there is some kind of conspiracy behind it? Oh my! Conspiracy? Nah, not really. More like a scam, I guess. And not towards us, mind you. More towards the governments. By the guys who make the goddamn thingamajigs. The boops. You know, just to fucking sell medical equipment, because I kinda digged into it. The medical industry was having quite a, not a critically low time, but gradually going lower time. Because people are starting to get healthy. And also, straight up, there was more people working in the medical industry than beforehand, so obviously less profits and shit. So I think there is a chance, a sliver of chance, that these fuckers just made this thing blown up like an elephant to have some extra sales of this kind of shit. Once again, I'm not 100% sure of that, and I would say that it's more of a it's less of a chance to happening than to not. But it's out there in my mind. So I wouldn't say no. But conspiracy? No. That's not a conspiracy. Do you believe that you are human? I indeed believe that I am of the species of Homo sapiens. If you could turn invisible, but you could never be visible ever again once you decided to use your power for the first time, would you ever use it? Yeah, invisibility is not that big of a deal nowadays. Especially if I'm visible in different other spectrums, and if I still be heard, that's enough for me to make, you know, companionship and shit. So if I could turn invisible, that's a straight up upgrade for my life. So yeah, I would. If you knew, actually, if you knew someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew that they were doing it to feed their family, would you stop them? Yeah. I would also probably help them to fucking feed their family. But still, if you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, would you share it with them? I would eat them! I would fucking consume that person before I get them stash. Because reasons. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I would probably do that, yes. And afterwards I eat them. Also, have I did the thing? Yes, I did. If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person until that 1 year passed, would you still do it? Specifically an eagle? I mean, it's an experience. But eagles are kinda dying yearly, so no, I don't think so. That would be a very, very dangerous endeavor. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it? A grizzly bear to death using a machete and an army helmet. Okay, army helmet in this hand, machete in this one. How big arena we are talking about? If I can have the whole fucking Yellowstone National Park, for example, as my arena, then fuck yeah! Like, you know, by fighting grizzly bears to death using battle helmet. Yes! Even if it's just running away and doing chipping damage, I can fucking kite them. Grizzly bears are fast, yes, but they need to build up that speed. Burst of speed, no. That's actually humans are better at that. Also, if I can somehow intimidate that grizzly bear, which actually is easier than you think. Animals know that humans are kind of their bane to existence. So if I could, in fact, intimidate them, I could use the age-old human tactic of making the opposition tired. Because we get tired much more harder than most animals in the animal kingdom. So I think I could have a chance to earn riches beyond my wildest dreams, which would be possibly more riches than the entirety of the human race, but details. I would definitely do that. I would have my fucking things. Again, it depends on the consequences, the context. If I'm in a fucking arena, like the size of my room, definitely no. But if I have room to maneuver, yes. Also, am I naked? Is this the Hunger Games? If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes? Yes, I would. If a pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue eating the pizza? I wouldn't eat the pizza in general because I kinda hate it, but to be perfectly honest, if it screams when I eat it, I would just eat it because it's screaming. Yeah, I know I'm a bad person. If your best friend got bit in the genitals by a highly venomous snake and the only way to save their life was to suck the venom out of the genitals, would you do it to save them? No, I would cut off their genitals. Best friend, okay. My best friend, would I do it? Could I do it? Also, this sucking out of the venom is not really an option because you could die just as easily. And I don't think I would save them instead of myself in that situation. Would I try to cut the fucking genitals off? Yes! Yes, I would. In that case, that's enough. Also, I and them. Was that a question difficult to answer? Somewhat. Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I didn't take as much time to fucking think about it as in the previous ones, but that's usually because I'm coming up with my stories. Ay, ay, ay. But to be perfectly honest, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that hard. So I guess no. Do you feel mortal? Yes, of course. Do you enjoy loud music? No. Do you feel awkward when you dance in front of others? Somewhat, yes. Do you suffer from anxiety disorder? No. Do you ever feel depressed? Like every human being in certain times, yes I do. Because ever feel. You are not alone. Are you watching my stream? No, you are not. So I am indeed alone, though I technically still hear my goddamn grandma talking about the food she's making, so technically speaking, you are right. Also, what's the time? Okay, 2 hours in. Do you feel relaxed? To be perfectly honest, no, not really. My back is kinda hurting because the writing I hunch forward. Should I make it? Oh. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, now I do feel relaxed. Do you think you have a guardian angel watching over you? No. Do you ever hear your name being called when no one could have called it? No. I'm going to take special note on that one. I'm out of... I made it all. I kinda have some space here if I'm going a zigzag, but I kinda wrote it all. Do you always look both ways before crossing the road? D. Yes. Do you wash your hands every day? D. Y. Yes. Do you feel uncomfortable using public restrooms? D. Yes. Actually, yes. I like private restrooms better. Is winter your favorite season? No. Do you know anyone named Josh? Whoo, boy, yeah, no, not really. The problem is that I live in Hungary, so we have, well, Hungarian names. And I don't know if Josh is actually made into Hungarian somehow. Yeshua? Nah. I'm gonna say no on that one. Are you wondering why that last question is relevant? At this point, not really. Are you allergic to any animals? No. Have you ever thought about an animal in a sexual way? When I was a kid, I tried to fuck my cat. No secrets with me. Yeah, it was a weird thought. I don't know why I had that urge, but I tried it. It was a very bad idea. Cat doesn't like random stuff trying to get into their poo hole. Which also didn't happen, by the way. They are very tight. Very good border guards on those ones. Also, they are very retaliatory. They bite and scratch on very painful areas. So yes, that is indeed the thing. Have you ever been in love? Very hard question, in fact. I felt sometimes that I in love, but retrospective, I think that was just attraction. Actual love, as in I want to live my fucking life with them to the fullest, in their presence, with their contribution. I'm gonna say no. Don't think that ever happened. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? Oh yeah. Right, Zoltan. WC. Yes, I'm an artist. Would you consider yourself to be dominant in a day-to-day life? Yes, I'm kinda domi-mommy, or domi-daddy in that case. Do you feel that you've got too much time on your hands? Actually no, even though I'm doing this, I think I would like if the days would last for like 12 more hours. I am indeed currently unemployed. I literally have all day for myself, but when I'm not, you know, in this kind of mood because geopolitical shit, I'm kind of busy doing stuff, and I find myself I want a few more hours in my day to achieve stuff like finishing stuff on my TTRPG system, doing art, yada yada yada. So no, even though I'm unemployed, I don't think I have enough time. Can you be easily intimidated by others? C. S. No. By people. I usually don't feel intimidation even if I should. And because of that I get into fights. Well, at least back in the day I got into fights that I shouldn't have. Are you easily excitable? Well, as you can see, sometimes I do this when I'm happy or find something very funny. And I guess that's excitable. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? Depends on the kind of problems, like math problems don't fucking bother with me that. Otherwise, I kinda like the challenge. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? Well, if I forget about my posture, yes. Otherwise, I usually find myself easy to just, you know, fall in sleep in places. I guess that's relaxing. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? As in, do I eat a lot? Yes. As in, do I ask a lot from other people sometimes? Yes. As in, I drag on people on sometimes emotionally? Indeed. I guess I'm high maintenance. I'm out of columns! Do you trust easily? No. I don't trust. Straight up. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? Usually, yes. Have you ever told a lie? Just because you told a lie, you don't cease to be a honest person. If most of the times you are honest, then of course you can lie sometimes. It obviously needs to be happening in some cases, like defending somebody. But yeah. Have you ever lied to your best friend? Yes. First of all, I did it when we were making a present to him for his birthday. I also occasionally lie to him as a joke, to get him into thinking different stuff. And also, technically, I lied to him when I made a social media account and I told a different date of birthday than before, and he actually gave a present to me on the birthday. It was a chocolate, we ate it together. And no, we didn't do homo stuff afterwards, even if we joke as such. Especially around his girlfriend. Oh, the amount of jokes I made about homosexual relationships in the presence of his girlfriend. I try to intentionally weird her out. Sadly, doesn't happen at the frequency I like. I have 4 more questions. Oh yeah, I told a lie. Have you ever lied to your family? When I was a kid, always. I didn't say anything true to them. No, I'm kidding, but I did it told lie to them. Have you ever lied about any answer during this session? Not that I know of. Are you wondering why are those questions about you lying? No. This is all very useful information. I can't write that down. Last question, please. Are you a people pleaser? Nah. I literally don't have any more space. Could we get to the point already? Maybe I have a extra column, I guess. The end. Not most of the times. The R. Weirdly enough, when I'm off camera, my sense of humor increases immediately. Like with my TTRPG sessions, I usually go full humor because I find role playing to be fun. The objective of role playing to be having fun, and I have fun by having humor. So yeah, I think I have a good sense of humor, at least out of camera. My reactions are usually not that good, and I guess that's why other people might think that my humor is not that great, but I myself think that I have a good sense of humor. Do you frighten easily? Other people or myself? Otherwise, no. I'm hearing it. Just to make sure I don't want to lose my fucking hearing. Well, that was what I wonder what that was about. That's possibly a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty question. Fuck you, bitch! The next set of questions will be yes or no answers. The next set of questions will be not yes or no answers. The next portion of your session will be filled with various scenarios that put a snag dab in the middle of a vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember the key to all of this to answer honestly. Let's get started. You are home alone. It's dark and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there is a knock on your bedroom door. Someone in your house. What do you do? Check my fucking stream. Almost 2 hours. I feel coldness in my legs. I kinda sweating. My stomach is telling me that I should be eating, and they are making fries in the next fucking room. No, I don't feel frightened and don't feel uh, uncomfortable. I feel hungry, bitch. Anyway, grab the closest item that can be used as a weapon, ignore the knocking and hope it goes away. Ask who it is and wait. Boldly open the door, what's on the other side. Yeah, this is the first one is the normal option that you should do in this case. To be perfectly honest, if that would happen, I would possibly reach for the closest weapon. Yeah. I literally have a brass pipe next to me, which I say that I use to prod to have it in front of between the door and the place where the hinges are, so it doesn't fucking close. I can't really express myself properly. But to be perfectly honest, it's there, so if somebody enters the fucking room, I have something in the ready. Also, I have this one. I kinda just play with it, usually, like opening it, closing it. But to be perfectly honest, if somebody would get into my fucking room, this would be the thing that gets into their body afterwards. Very interesting choice. You meet a homeless woman on the street. She asks you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all the spare change you have. Just as you do, a homeless man approaches asking if you can spare some change. What do you do? Tell the man you got no change to offer. Tell the homeless woman to share it with the van. Tell the homeless man to ask the woman for some of her change. Tell the homeless man that you'll get some more from somewhere. Nope. I just tell that that's all I have. Sorry. Really now? Yes, indeed. Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there is only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents, and the time is of the essence. What do you do? Give medical treatment to my father, so he lives, for my mother, so she lives. Split the medication between them, even though both may die. I save the medical treatment for myself, just in case I get sick. That's my mother. That doesn't surprise me. Yes, sorry. I'm not going to say that my father was a wrong person. I'm going to say that he's a thing that was. Because he's no more, I have a closer connection to my mother than... Actually, back in the time, I would say that it was the same. I just love the person more that was actually there in my childhood more, bringing me up, than the other one. And no, I'm not talking about my father leaving me or something. No. In Hungary, women get a year or so off of work to of a year. No, sorry, 5 years or something like that. No, 1 year off to bring the child up to 1 year, and they get time off, significant time off their work when until their child grows up to be 5 years old. I think that's how it is. It might be changed. It might have changed since. I literally just have more connection to the woman that I actually know who she was when I first woke up than the one that I learned afterwards. You find a case of money tucked away inside of a dumpster. Inside there is a 10 solid gold bars and a vial of a mysterious liquid. Under the vial there is a note that says the cure for cancer. What do you do? Turn the case into professional dentists so they can utilize it. Keep the gold bars but give away the cure to cancer. Keep the cure for cancer but give away the gold bars. Keep everything in case you... in the case for yourself to sell or use. Keep the gold bars because I fucking want them. And give away the cure for cancer. That is a thing, and that's going to be my prize. What a wasted opportunity. Yes, I know I could have sold the cure myself, but a factor of gold bars in Hungary is enough to live off of it. Not gonna lie. Especially if I sell it in a different country, like the USA or Switzerland. Anywho, I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't judge. You are stuck alone inside your house and you are starving to death. Did you hear me telling you about me being hungry? Anyway, you completely run out of food and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential soldier on you is your family pet. What do you do? Eat my fucking pets! Oh, I'm eating them. Sorry. Why I am not surprised? Because this is all predetermined. Your neighbor's home is on fire, a blazing inferno and smoke emits from the windows. You hear screaming for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one else is around inside. What do you do? Call the fire department and keep my distance from the... Start shouting from anyone searching for someone. Run into the building home and try to rescue anyone you can. Walk away, there is nothing you can do. The heroic one would be running into the flames. The responsible one would be calling the fire department. What I would do, call the fire department and then go into the fucking flames. I like that. You are fast asleep in your bed when you are awoken by sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realize it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? Immediately look under the bed, hide under your covers, and wait patiently. Verbal call out and ask who is in your room. Run to the veranda. Can I have the weapon option? Verbal call out to the monster under my bed. Also, if there is a monster under my bed, they are this small. Just saying. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you are walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. What do you do? Take the watch and thank him for the gift, decline the offer for the watch and keep walking. Tell him that he needs professional help and keep his distance. Tell him that you already got 3 of them as a toy in your Happy Meal. He gave me a watch. I don't give a fuck about what he's saying. He gave me a watch. Would you now? You are sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden someone grips and squeezes your shoulders from behind. What do you do? Immediately jump and turn around, scream and stay still in terror, spin around with a vicious elbow to whoever is behind me. Tell them to scale harder, you could use a nice massage. Actually, I could use a nice massage. Ha. Come, massage me. You are sitting in a bathroom trying to relax when a hand emerges from the water. What do you do? Shake it. Shake it, shake it. There is a meme when there is a music of starting with shake it, and there is a gecko on a engine shaking very hard. Jump out of the vent as fast as you can, kick the hand and try to keep away from you. Give it a firm handshake, maybe even a solid fist bump. Push it underwater and hope you get some free hand action. Nah, clever. You get out of bed and immediately fall down into a dark, deep hole. A man is standing above you, looking down, telling you to put a lotion on your skin while he watches. What do you do? Scream for help, starts stuttering yourself in lotion, tell him you got very sensitive skin allergies. That is actually true. Not the allergies, but my skin gets not blisters, the ones filled with pus. Ask if he'll come down to help you apply the lotion. I would do that, and I would probably see how he comes down, see if I can recreate that, and use that thing. Smart choice. It is. You are sitting at home alone, and all of a sudden your door slams shut. It's already shut. You see it before your very eyes, and you know that no one is at home, and it couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do? Stay perfectly still and watch the door. Look for a weapon around the room immediately. Jump up and try to climb out the window. No. Run over to the door and open it. That's something that would get me into the fucking thing. Weapon, please. I like that. Someone you know for many years but have no attraction to tells that they had a massive crush on you for a long while. What do? Ask them out on a date, who knows what might happen. Tell them you are flattered but just not interested. Tell them that you feel dating might ruin your relationship. Ask if they want to be friends with benefits. No, I'm not American. No, I'm not German. Or Japanese for that matter. No, I'm not, well, just an asshole in general. Eh. If they are of the different gender and they don't have like another relationship, sure, why not? Ah, so you're the one of those types. If it's a type, it's a weird type. Your dog starts randomly barking in the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything but your dog is escalating to growls. What do? Try to calm your dog down by petting them. Stand and stare at the corner to see if anything moves. Walk up to the corner and then to feel for anything. Walk out of the room and ignore it for that. Going to... I'm taking note of that. Well, if you want to emerge from any dark corners in the room, you need to be very fucking small. I don't fear you. You see a massive spider in your room the size of your hand. It's big. What do? Grab something bigger to smash it. Well, I guess we are moving on now. Burn the entire house. Try to capture it alive for science. I'm definitely killing it. I don't hate spiders, but if something that big enters my house without my permission and is probably venomous or at least a danger to me, it dies. Your closest family member tells you that they are a serial killer. What do? Tell them you don't want to know any more details. Turn them in for the authorities. Ask them information so you can help them stay out of trouble. Try to convince them that they need help. Your closest family member. My mother is a serial killer. Would I give her out? I would either convince... Yeah, this is the most... the closest option. I see. If you found out that you only had one day left to live, what do? Tell everyone that I love them and to be happy, not sad. Do something insane and crazy, anything goes. Not tell anyone at all, just act as if nothing changed. Spend my time on my own, away from others. I guess the insane shit. I would tell everybody that I'm dying, I guess. But I guess insane or crazy shit goes. Like, you know, spending my money on bungee jumping or something. Alright then. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they got a dire warning that they are not going, that we, that they were going to die if you didn't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do? Go lay down, I will be way high, too high for this. Give them all the ice cream they can handle. Don't give them ice cream, you're not gonna fall for that one. Assure them that you protect them and they won't die. Oh, lovely. Yes. If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts and the person next to you was thinking about mugging you and stealing your money, what would you do? Mug them and steal their money. Take preemptive action and beat them up first. Tell them you don't think mugging is a good idea. Get away from them as quickly as possible. Ignore it. You don't know that you aren't just hallucinating. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, it sounds what it's not really is. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want to go to prison. What do you do? In Hungary, you can get away from prison if you actually just accidentally killed somebody. You are going to get punished, and it really much depends on how much it's an accident and how much it's neglect. But you can, in fact, get away if everything is right. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Aww. Yeah, sorry, in Hungary you can get away with accidental murder as long as it's very accidental. I think. It was very long ago when I actually looked up on that, still in high school. But if it's still true, then yeah. You are driving in your car that I apparently possess now, and you accidentally run someone over. You are pretty sure that they are okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. What do you do? Call your best friend and tell them that you don't want to go to prison. Turn yourself into the relatives. Drive away and nobody saw what you did. Try to hide the body yourself. If I'm driving somewhere, I'm probably in a place that has other people, so I think uh, turning myself in is better in that case. Once again, if they are out of the blue, I couldn't help it. I'm watching you. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our test, which is more than 2 hours in, and I'm very, very hungry now. The following questions that shall be asked of you are would you rather style questions. Imagine you got a gun to your head and you absolutely must choose an answer, no matter how uncomfortable that may be. Let's get started, shall we? Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? I mean, if loved by all, as in everybody in fucking Earth, yeah, love is a better thing than fear. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? I would rather never get jealous. Would you rather be held in a, I just saw movement. Fuck you. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends? Parent. And I rather have my friends. They kinda live at least the same as me. Would you rather live in space or live under the sea? I guess space. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? People who need them, I guess. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of being caught? I rather not go to jail. Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate but retire comfortably in 10 years from now? Or would you rather have your dream job but have to work until you die? Dream job, please. Would you rather every shirt you ever wear to be somewhat itchy or only be able to use one ply toilet? Would you rather every shirt you ever wear will be somewhat itchy? Okay, I get that. Or only be able to use one ply toilet paper. What's a one ply toilet paper? I don't like itchy stuff. So toilet paper it is. Would you rather have a skin that changes colors depending on your mood, or have tattoos appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday? Mood, please. I don't want a criminal thing on my body. Would you rather shit every time you orgasms, or orgasms every time you see a dog? I could manage the dog one better. I take orgasm shits for $5,000. What? If your partner switched bodies with one of your parents, and the only way to get them to switch back was to do the deed with one of them, would you rather have do the deed with your partner in your parent's body, or do your parent in your partner's body? uh, I did, I think. That one had no bearing on your results. I was just curious. So am I. I think we answered enough of these types of questions, as I'm sure you agreed. I want to eat now! We are going to end the test with a short series of final questions giving simple answers. We'll get started now. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? 7, 11, 3, or 46? Neither. I guess go with 3. Out of the following options, which color makes you feel the most relaxed? Black, red, green, blue, green. Out of the following options, which creature are you the least comfortable are? Spiders, snakes, scorpions, dogs. Scorpions. Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite? Chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter, mint. I like peanut butter. Out of the following options, which do you personally value the most? Family, friends, money, freedom. I guess family. Out of the following options, which could you most live without? Family, friends, money, freedom. I mean, without money, I fucking die. Without family and friends, my things are out, so I guess freedom. Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? I'm brave, I'm caring, I'm smart, I'm attractive. Sadly, I'm brave. Out of the following options, which are you the most afraid of? Living forever, losing my loved ones, dying alone, dying immediately after this test is finished. Losing my loved ones. Actually, no, not gonna lie. Dying alone is actually worse, because that kinda is the same as losing your loved ones. We're almost finished, but you just got one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun? No. You really ought to try it sometime. It can really take the edge off. Alright, we're done here. I'm thrilled with you. I'm just going to calculate the results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now. Trying to keep this as professional as possible. Here we go. Based on what you told me, I come to a conclusion. This is what I personally believe would be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. First and foremost, I'd like to start it with a blanket statement that everyone would needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any other thing on this earth. And that, my friends, is the value of time. Time is the most valuable form of currency we ever hold in life. You can spend time on anyone, doing anything for any reason. Now the time can be spent, time can be wasted, time can be taken away, but it cannot be earned. But time cannot never be refunded, time can never earn back, and more time cannot be gained, supposedly. Imagine a bank account with all the money you ever get to spend in life now. Imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need and the cashier tells you, I'm sorry, but you cannot afford that. As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything ever again. We only have so much time and we have no idea just how much or how little we actually have before our bank account runs dry. The fact that we got to decide and choose what we spend our time on just shows how much truly special it is when someone spends that time on you. So now that we understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'll be best spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. Well, this is very interesting. You are not as naive as you come across. I mean that in a good way, for the records. You can be skeptical sometimes and you are nobody's fool. And even when someone manages to pull a fast one on you, good luck to them trying to make it happen twice. You are highly intelligent. Oh, thank you. Oh. You are highly intelligent and you learn from your mistakes, which has taken you very far in life thus far. However, the issue is you spend a lot of extra time second guessing yourself or others at times, and you waste a lot of valuable time trying to figure out the motives of another rather than just going with the flow and seeing what happens. I don't think that's true, but okay. This is a defense mechanism that your mind has created to prevent you from being swindled or potentially hurt. This is both a good and bad, as it can protect you from a lot of negative situations. However, it can also hinder you by forcing you to miss a lot of incredible opportunities by taking a chance. My advice to you would be to open up a little bit more. I'm literally telling my secrets, whatever you ask of me, on live stream that is going to be put on YouTube. I don't think I need to open up a little bit more. Let your hair down, let your guard down, and let your walls down. You will feel so much better and get so much further in your life goals if you just take a moment to relax and say yes more often than to new opportunities. I would like to see these new opportunities, just for the record. Stop spending so much time thinking about what could go wrong, and cut it down to only 1 second of thinking that could go right. You miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take, and not everyone is out to get you. I think you'll be very surprised just how much positive impact this can have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you to achieve your goals. I don't think it will. Your second word is trust. Remember this word, it will come handy. I will actually write it down in somewhere. Paper away! Pencil away! Take the secret word that was assigned at the end of the session and leave it to a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on the answers to be included in a future project we are currently working on. Which is already done, by the way. If you left your secret word for us on the test, or the horoscope, we read your feedback and it served us to construct this project, as well as the third installment of the test that we are currently developing, which is already done. Don't be afraid, this is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be part of something greater, and be sure no to secret words in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of the blah 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 blah. Thank you for taking the time and to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, same thing. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We read every single review and comment left for us. Love the conspiracy theories behind the greater meaning of all this. And in the third and final installment of the series, all will finally revealed. But not a single person has been able to figure out what this entire experiment is all about yet. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings as it helps to shape what we do as we work on the future projects to bring the most emotion out of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do, thank you for playing it, and thank you for contributing your second heart to our projects. Credits! Feel free to check out our other titles if you wish to support us further. Test, psychological similar to the Horoscope, atmospheric horror, the twins, atmospheric horror, the summoning, horror, naked news, offensive comedy. Thank you, and we wish you made a list of names those who supported our projects along them the way, and we will continue to extend this list in future titles. Would you like to see them now? Warning, the list is quite long. Yes. Whee! Whee! And it already! No, I can still see through this. It is indeed a lot of guys. They could have done two columns, by the way, or maybe even three. Holy shit, that's a lot of people. And it's done, yay! 2 hours, 25 minutes, fuck. Ah, my throat is hurting. But yeah, that was the test. Hypothesis rising. Next time we are going to have the last installment of the test. And maybe 2 other games that I also bought with these because cheap. Very cheap. So thank you for watching. I was Zoranius. I'm going to have some snacks now and afterwards we are going back with Dying Light. So take care.